Hello, it's NaNoWriMo, day 5. Here's your quick report. I have 5 minutes before my student comes, or 10 minutes before my student comes for an English lesson, so I thought I'd give you an update. I've written this morning only 300 and something words. I need to get to 800. I had a 25-minute burst this morning when I wrote. It was useful, but I had so many other things to do. I had to prepare for lessons, and I got various other jobs on the go, so I just couldn't devote the time to it this morning. I really wanted to. Okay, frankly, I got up a little bit late. If I'd got up a little bit earlier, I could have got that 25 minutes, but I didn't. I'll try and make it up later, perhaps this evening. Oh, I forgot to bring my computer. Well, when I get home. Anyway. So, what did I write? I wrote some key stuff about the protagonist's, Hannah Walker's relationship with her mother. It wasn't very dramatic, I must admit, and it felt like I was just sort of doing the warm-up and before getting on to more interesting stuff. But I don't want to judge it too harshly, because you never know, it will come into play. It is certainly a major part of the novel, her relationship with her mother, and that causes a major plot point and an explanation for a lot of Hannah's behaviour. So it is important, but I may have spent too long telling rather than showing. Time will tell. I won't make that judgment until later, till I've finished everything. Otherwise I'll just be going backwards and forwards and not deciding anything. So there's that. What else to say? Yes, so the other thing to say was I've made a decision to change the voice in the book, meaning I had been writing it from first person, as in I did this, I did that, from Hannah's point of view, and then I saw him and I did this and I did that. And I think one of the criticisms I've had of previous books, and I've noticed, is there's a lot of I's. I. And I was tired of that. And I thought, well, how can I get around that? And I thought, well, if I change it to third person, but not omniscient, So instead it's Hannah did this and then she did that. And I put it into past tense. There is some belief that if you go from first person to third person, that it will be somehow less personal or less in their voice. But I've found that's not necessarily true. You can still, just by changing the wording, and it gives you a bit more flexibility, because if you need to describe something that's out of her experiences, may be possible. I'm not sure. But that's what I'm experimenting with. And one of the reasons for doing this NaNoWriMo is to experiment and to improve my writing skills. The first novel in the series, the Hannah Walker series, I wrote exclusively past tense, first person. And the second novel I tried present tense, first person. And this one is going to be past tense, third person. But I'm always looking over the shoulder of Hannah. So it's what she sees and does. And I don't know, I'm playing with that. I mean, maybe the author can step in and say a few things, or maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm learning about that. I'm just trying that. So that's that. Okay, now, tip of the day is about time management. Of course, you should get up and do your work or whatever, but if at all possible, this is a case of me saying, do as I say, not as I do. If at all possible, do your writing early on in the day, because you're going to get busy later on. So at least get some of it done. And I do 25-minute sprints, followed by a 5-minute break, and then another 25-minute sprint if there's time. I find that works very well. In that time, I set a little timer on my phone, and I only write. And by having the timer, it's telling me, keep going. Don't look at Facebook. Don't look at whatever. Don't balance your checkbook. People balance checkbooks. Whatever it is, don't do it. Just write. And you know that after 25 minutes, you get a 5-minute break or move on to something else. And then you can block into your day 25 minutes. It's a lot easier than sitting down and looking at the screen and going, oh, woe is me, I have to write. And it takes 2 hours and 3 hours, and you never get anywhere that way. Okay, that's that. A shout out will be to Seth Godin. If you're a marketer, you might have heard of him. You can find him, just type in Seth Godin, SETHGODIN, into Google, and subscribe to his newsletter. He sends a daily newsletter with little bits of advice about marketing, but about producing and creating. And if you're into creation, as you should be, as a novelist or would-be novelist, you can find his stuff. You might find it interesting. It's certainly changed my perspective on a lot of things. A lot of what he says is just sort of truisms, but, truisms are still true. as a wise lady once told me. Right, what else do I usually do? I've given that one. What else do I do? Given a tip. Oh yeah, quote, misremembered quote. Okay, Seth Godin's misremembered quote, yesterday's, he sent out. Hold on if I can remember it. He said there's a difference between persistence and consistency. Persistence can be annoying and a pain in the backside, I think, in sales. Consistency is not annoying and gets things done. Something like that. Completely misremembered. Please sign up for what he says. And it's quite good. Of course, he's trying to flog his courses and his books, but he has useful things. Okay, I'm waffling. I'm going to get ready for my lesson. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully I've made up all the words. Made up my word count. And we'll see. Carry on.